Alright, fine guys, I'll do it. I'll expose when alt season will appear and when these coins will quote unquote moon. Okay? Because I have a feeling that my analysis on Bitcoin dominance is how we would know alt season is around the corner is going to be correct in my opinion. But we're going to be talking about it in today's video because I think I cracked the code. First things first, this is this is like a sign that alt season is truly around the corner because breaking SEC approves Nasdaq Crypto US Settlement Price Index to include Solana, Cardano, Stellar, and XRP as of June 2nd. Expect many crypto ETFs to get approved in the coming weeks on this alpha. Okay, so it seems like this is a good sign, isn't it? It's because this time 2 years ago, the SEC was urging all XRP R securities, and then 2 years later, it seems like the tide has turned around. And another SEC filing includes approval of Solana, XRP, Cardano in a basket fund. That's the second. Look at that, guys, right? And the weighing of this fund is Bitcoin 80%, Ether 12%, Solana, XRP, Cardano under 10%. They do need to bump XRP to like higher than Ethereum. The reason why is because it's basically about to explode. I'm going to explain in just a second. Now, this is why, like every day I've been seeing these tweets that BlackRock bought 20 million Ethereum, 30 million, 50 million. This other institution just bought 10 million worth of Ethereum. I'm like, what's going on? Because BlackRock buying spree $500 million Ether in 10 days. First they came for Bitcoin and now they're coming for Ethereum. Look at this, guys. 25 million, 25, 25, 20, 24, 26 million, 26, 23, 26, 20 million clips every day or every other day, right? What's going on here? The money that's flooding into Ethereum is very serious, isn't it? And there is a lot of shorts happening on Ethereum right now while money is flooding in. So it seems like the mother of all short squeezes is about to occur on all these altcoins. Okay, this is why whales are opening crazy longs on Solana, Ethereum with high leverage, okay, and position value extremely high. So what's the game plan, XRVOD? How did you crack the code? So I set the stage, and now I'm going to expose what I believe will happen, guys. I first want to say yes. I could be wrong, right? No one is right 100% of the time, but this is just like my gut feeling. Right? And usually when I get these gut feelings, I'm correct sometimes, okay? But this is one of those times where I'm looking at these indicators and I'm like, yep, I think I know what's going on. Let me explain when alt season and moon occurs. For not only for XRP, but for every altcoin, okay? The reason how we would know when that season appears, no sleep season, is by looking at market cap Bitcoin dominance, right? And this chart basically just represents how much a slice of the pie does Bitcoin have, right, compared to every other altcoin. And right now Bitcoin has gathered 64% of the entire market, right, is injected into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's dominance is this high, guys. So when we see this chart rise, Bitcoin has gained a lot of strength against altcoins. When we see it dump, altcoins have taken over. It's better to be in altcoins when this dumps, and if this gains, then you want to be in Bitcoin. So here's my game plan. On the weekly charts, I'm seeing a head and shoulder, and if I could just see this pump one more time, maybe to like 67% to 69%, guys, it tops out. There would be a bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. The last time that happened, a bearish divergence or some form of it, guys, was right here, okay? And Bitcoin dominance dropped like 8%, right? 8%. But you may be wondering, like, wait, 8% is nothing. But during this, okay, 10%, 11%, guys, it dropped. Okay, you may be wondering, that's nothing. Does that mean like XRP will only gain 10%? No, XRP from this point when Bitcoin dominance dropped 10%, literally only 10%, XRP went from 60 cents to $3 and change just by this drop, guys. Okay, or at least minimum like $2 and change. Okay, so the game plan is quite clear. I think what they're going to do here, guys, is they're gonna pump this, okay, like this, to create the head and shoulder pattern. Hold on, okay, let me just redo this. So it's gonna go like this, guys. Okay, head and shoulder pattern plus a bearish divergence on the weekly will be formed and triggered if this scenario plays out. Then this would dump all the way down to where I have alerts set this moving average. Okay, I actually drew out a prediction on where this moving average will be by the time this Bitcoin dominance dumps, guys. So let's say we go to like 68%, okay, in the middle of 67 and 69%, and this dumps all the way down here. That's 11%. The same thing, the same repeats of this move where XRP, like, okay, let's see how much XRP rose right there, guys. It went 400%. A repeat of 400%, and let's say XRP does dump, right? Because of Bitcoin dominance going higher, 400% will take us to $8. Look at that. In the coming months, literally in the next like maybe 2 months, right? I think during summertime, it begins the move higher. So here's the game plan. I'm telling you, no one also say this because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't know, but this is just speculation at the end of the day, right? The reason I do want to say this as well is because I need to catch this long on XRP. So you may be wondering, okay, if this rises, does that mean that we're gonna dump? Is the market's going to dump or pump? It means one of two things. If Bitcoin dominance rises, okay, for the bearish divergence in the coming weeks, it means Bitcoin will have a lot of strength. This could mean one or two things. If this pumps, okay, if this pumps a good amount, it would mean that Bitcoin will either pump solo, right, and alts will not do anything, maybe even dump a tiny bit, right, where money will be flooding into Bitcoin from alts if this were to pump and Bitcoin does pump. Though if this chart pumps like this and Bitcoin starts dumping, right, that means money is flooding into Bitcoin from the alts, which means Bitcoin will not dump as much as the alts if this were to occur, right? That's the worst scenario out of them all, guys. But I do see Bitcoin having a lot of strength, okay, compared to the altcoins, and I don't know, guys. I do feel like XRP will dump. Okay, XRP will dump one more time, just because of this chart, the XRP versus Bitcoin pairing. Now pay attention. We know we're above this region. That's not good at all. Number two, liquidity has been formed. It's very close. That's why this is probably going to take it at some point, right? Which matches up with Bitcoin dominance going higher and alts acting weak against Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin does dump, alts will get hit very hard, guys. If you want to see the bullish scenario, is this: Bitcoin pumping to 115k, XRP not doing anything, just literally flat, then it will rise crazy. Okay, it will be the craziest rise known to mankind if that were to happen. If the opposite happened, where Bitcoin dumps like this and Bitcoin dominance is rising, that means alts are getting slaughtered. Okay, that's the worst case scenario. I'm honestly thinking about the worst case scenario is coming up, guys, right? Though who knows, at the end anyone can be right or wrong, but that's what I think will happen. So alt season is around the corner in probably summertime frame, guys, where XRP will make that or create that new all-time high, right? So the game plan goes as this one more time: pump like this, okay, bearish divergence has been formed, and then that's like a top, right? It comes all the way down like this, right? That's where alt season happens. It's going to be alt season 1.0, or I guess 2.0. 1.0 was here, 2.0 will be here, 3.0 will be later on. Okay, end of this year, maybe next year. But that's where mini alt season happens, where XRP probably goes to like $4 minimum, 5 maybe to 8. Okay, so near double digits, but I don't think it'll hit double digits. XRP will, because everyone is eyeing that number. It's probably gonna get front ran, okay, to like $8 max or something, maybe 9. So, and then after, when we do reach that point where XRP is like at $5 to $10 here, right here, it's Bitcoin dominance will probably hold this line of supports and go higher, right, because of that recession later on. So those are my thoughts, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be right. I hope to God I am, because I really need to cash this long. That's all I'm saying, right? There's an interesting reason why these whales are scooping up as much as XRP possible. Whales just scooped up 190 million XRP in 1 week, right? So the whales wallets are going like this, guys, like upwards in a parabola fashion. Why? Because they know once this correction is done and over with, XRP will create a new all-time high, and it's literally free money. That's why I need to cash this long, to try to make some money back, right, from what I lost. Even if it's a small percentage, I'll be very grateful, guys. Right? Now here's another factor to our theory coming into play. There's a lot of liquidity formed at $2 per XRP. Right? So if this were to pump, Bitcoin dumps, alts get slaughtered because money's flooding from alts to Bitcoin while Bitcoin is dumping, which means there's going to be less selling pressure on Bitcoin, right? But it matches up, doesn't it? Right? And I don't think they'll stop at $2. I think they're just going to keep going and going and going until people stop longing. Right? So those are my thoughts of what's upcoming. Right? But we're near alt season. That's the thing. The reason I know this to be fact, we have been down at Bitcoin season forever. Oh, I forgot to mention this. How I know alt season is right around the corner is because on XRP versus Bitcoin, there is a bullish divergence formed on the weekly chart. I repeat, a bullish divergence has been formed. That's not, or no, not formed, but trying to form. And it has not been confirmed. Okay? So that's how I know it's around the corner. XRP, and those are my thoughts, guys. So I believe Bitcoin dominance goes higher. Then the bearish divergence gets triggered, confirmed. Dumps, alt season occurs. Dominance goes higher because of a recession later on during fall. Right. So those are my thoughts. Let's see what happens. But I think I'm pretty like my gut feeling on this is super strong. We'll see what happens. Not financial advice. But it's Sophie's Mazes. See ya.